Good morning and welcome to Monday Mornings with Margie. I have a very exciting episode that I'm looking forward to today. I have invited several of the Achieve team members to be here with us and to talk a little bit about their experience working at Achieve TMS, being TMS technicians, and being part of how we provide good care and hope for people with depression through TMS. So I am going to start by asking each of them to tell us a little bit of what made them interested in pursuing becoming a TMS technician. And I will start with Stacey, who has been here since the beginning of Achieve TMS East.
Hello, I'm Stacey. I'm the operations manager at Achieve, but I'm also one of the technicians. So I've treated many patients in my 3.5 years here. And what made me interested in this position was just the new technology of DTMS. I've never heard of it before. Margie reached out to me about the job opportunity, and I was working in a sleep lab, so I knew a little bit about brain waves, sleep patterns, things like that, a little bit of, neurological disorders, but this was something brand new to me, and it just seemed very exciting, and getting in on the ground level was something I really wanted to do.
Great. Carlos.
Hi guys, my name is Carlos. I'm a technician in Leominster. I got interested in this position because I majored in biology with a minor in neuroscience. So I've always been obsessed with the brain in a way, just because it's the only organ that we study using the same organ that we want to learn about. So it's that like complex, ideas behind the brain. So that's why when I saw that it was transcranial magnetic stimulation, I was just like, this sounds very interesting. So look where I am now.
And Sandra.
Hi, I'm Sandra. I'm also a technician for Achieve. I work in the Worcester office. I was interested in this company after looking into the technology, like Stacey and Carlos mentioned. The brain is really interesting. I went to school for neuroscience. I aspired to be a neurologist, so hopefully that pans out. But the technology is really amazing. I never heard about it, but the fact that it works, that's all it took. I was sold.
Great. And how long have you two been with us now? It's been over a year, correct?
A year and a half.
Year and a half.
Almost a year, almost 2 years, yeah.
Right. So tell me what you like the most now that you're here and been with us for a while, and obviously staying with us. Those are all good signs. What is it that you like the most about being a TMS technician? And I'll go to Carlos first this time.
My favorite thing about working here and being a technician are my patients. I relate to so many of them, and I'm just having the ability to, use this technology to help them feel better and change their life as a whole. It's so rewarding. It's unbelievable. So that's my favorite part.
That's great. Stacey.
Well, mine, it's very similar to Carlos's. Seeing people completely change their mood, going from, some of their worst days being in that deep depression to going back to tasks or activities that they used to do before that really made them happy, and becoming their old self or a completely different person again, someone that their family doesn't even recognize anymore because they're feeling so much better from this treatment. Now that I'm in my new role, I may see a few patients, covering for one of our technicians that, treat them every day. And so I may see somebody for a few days and then I won't see them for a couple weeks. And when I come in, completely different person. So it's really rewarding to see.
And same goes for me. Sorry. Same goes for me. The patients, getting to bond with them watching Netflix and kind of getting to know who they are and what, what happens outside of the office. It's really nice. And also when they change or when they notice a change slowly happening, or when their family notices and they come in and they're so excited to tell me, they're like, yes, there's more, there's more to go. So hopefully I see it and feel much better. It's really nice to know, like, okay, when we get through this, I'll know you better, you know me better, and we're comfortable with each other, that you're able to tell me, if you are improving or not, because that's a big deal. If they don't feel comfortable with you, they won't tell you anything. So I really appreciate my chance to bond with them and kind of prod a little bit, and when they do improve, everything just feels amazing.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that's, the interesting piece about family members noticing, because I think a common thing, both that we see with people with getting TMS, and I used to see when I worked in an outpatient clinic with people with medications, is sometimes the person is the last person to realize that they're improving.
Mm-hmm.
And it's often the people around them, including yourselves. You may notice improvements in them before they even notice it. And so it's good for them to have that feedback as well, so that they start thinking like, oh, maybe they're right. Like, I haven't, gone for a walk outside in months, and now I'm going every other day. They start to pay attention to those little changes that are happening. So it's nice that there is some family contact as well to share that information with you all as well. So with that being said, I was wondering if you would all be willing to think about a success story. Somebody, and it could be about how much they improved. It could be your connection and relationship to them. Whatever you deem successful, if you could share a little bit of that with people who are listening to us right now. So I'm going to start with Sandra on this one.
Okay, so last year around this time, I had a client who had not slept well for over a decade. She'd get maybe 4 hours of sleep every night. Her anxiety was through the roof, super depressed. So she wasn't working, and she was finally motivated to start working, but she knew that if she's still super depressed and super anxious, it's not going to work out as it had in the past with other jobs. So when she came in, she already has a great personality, but there's still a lot holding her back. But after, I think, about 24 treatments, she improved so much. She even joked about stopping right then and there, but I told her, no, it's best to just complete it, get it all in, and let your brain, adjust to it for a much longer period of time. But she's working full time. She's so much happier. She sleeps much longer. She actually, she overslept for our appointments. She was my earliest client. And one day she overslept. I called her. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I've never done this before. So it was awesome to see that. And I was just like, just stay in bed. This is wonderful. Enjoy the day off. Yeah, she had other things to do that day. So it was great to know, like, okay, wow, there's something changing. There's something happening. So she's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So happy for her.
That's great. Stacey, you've had many.
I have
3.5 years. So I'm
Yeah.
sure there's lots of different stories, but what do you think about?
Yeah, it was kind of hard to choose one because I have seen so many. But there is one that stands out. It was one of my first patients when I started here. And she usually would get her depression kind of opposite of seasonal depressive symptoms. So instead of the fall, it's actually the spring when she would have that big dip. And it was very similar to what Sandra was saying, 2, maybe 3 hours of sleep a night if she was lucky. Still trying to work. And once she started treatment, started sleeping better. She's up to 6 to 7 hours a night. And that stayed throughout her first 1.5 years. And then also, after the sleep, it came that focus and motivation started coming back for her. And then she started doing her stained glassing again, which she hasn't done in about 7 years, I think she told me. And she's something that she really enjoyed doing. So that was bringing her a lot of joy to start being creative and doing art again. And, you know, she has come back for another round of treatment. And like I said, it was probably about a year and a half after. But her sleep was still much better. She was still getting that 6 hours, but the mood was getting lower. So she came back in for another round of treatment, and it's been another year and a half. I haven't heard from her. So I always take that as a positive thing.
That's great.
She knows that we're here for her if she needs us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Carlos.
So like Stacey, I think I have many stories, but one that sticks out the most, when I give this patient her info session, she couldn't focus. She couldn't even keep a conversation going because she said there was too many thoughts going through her head in order to focus. But as treatments went by, she completely changed. Like, I was shocked. It started with like beautiful dresses that she would wear, and then it started with her exploring makeup. And then just like Stacey's patient, she restarted her old hobby from like, 15 years. And she started to invent new things. She actually quit her job. She got a job at Google, and they actually bought her prototype for it was a kid's toy. So like her life completely changed, and I was able to be a part of it in every single step. Because she would come in and tell me. So that one sticked with me. And she's doing great. I think the last time we did a follow-up, she's still, doing amazing on her job, her career. But it was just like night and day. Like you had this person who wouldn't talk to you, wouldn't have, direct eye contact, super shy, reserved to herself. And then at the end, she was like this social butterfly entrepreneur who got hired at Google. It's like, I need some of that. So that was very awesome to see.
That's great. That's great. So, we have people listening right now that may be, wanting to know more about TMS, maybe just struggling with mental health issues, with depression, and, ambivalent about TMS, ambivalent about Achieve, or coming in to learn more about us. So does anyone here want to take a shot at, what you would say to someone right now if they're sitting at home struggling with depression, feeling hopeless, unmotivated, and maybe even like nothing is ever going to improve or change? What would you say to them? It looks like Stacey's got an answer. You go.
I was just going to say it's worth, reaching out. You can give us a call if you don't feel comfortable, talking. Send us an email. We have ways to submit forms online for us to contact you, either, via phone or email, whatever you're most comfortable with. And we can answer any of your questions if you have any concerns about it, or you just want to learn more about what it actually is. We're here, and we want to help educate people on what it is, or maybe talk with your provider about it first, see what they think as well, if this could be a good fit for you. But we're here, we're here to answer any questions or concerns you may have.
Carlos or Sandra want to add to that at all?
Yeah, like Stacey said, well, the first thing is we're here for you. Going through depression, and it's very hard. And, if you've tried a whole bunch of medications and you've gone to so many professionals, you kind of lose hope. But, we are here to help you with that. And if you give us a little bit of your trust, we can change your life with TMS. You can reach out, like Stacey said, through email, phone. We're not here to judge you. We're here to help you. And we walk you through the whole entire process, so you don't have to like stress out or anything. So it's just like, you come in, you get treated. And yeah, it's like super, super easy. We make it super, super easy for you guys.
And
I would
Sandra.
absolutely recommend it. I would let that person know that if all else has failed, TMS is definitely something to look into. The fact that it's non-invasive, it wouldn't hurt to try. And with what I've seen so far, I think it's a wonderful recommendation to actually go for it.
Mhm.
Yeah, we've probably seen, somebody in a very similar situation that you may be in right now, and that TMS has helped out. So it's always worth a shot, or at least getting the information.
Mhm. Well, I concur with all of you. And I'd like to add that I think that, TMS is why people are coming in for the treatment. But I think it's technicians like yourselves that really make this process what it is. And so I'm lucky to be your leader in this. But I know that you all are the reasons why people come back every day. It's about the TMS, and it's about the relationships that you all forge with them in this process. And you can see it in what you had to say today, why people feel comfortable coming in every day for something that may be something that they're afraid of or ambivalent about. So thank you for being you and doing the great work you do here at Achieve.
Thank you for seeing that, we have that little thing you need for it.
Thank you for having us.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you for being part of today's episode. And so I want to tell all the listeners to have a great week. Thank you for listening to Monday Mornings with Margie and Stacey and Carlos and Sandra today. And I hope you have a great week and be well.
Thank you.